it's Jake. Now last week GoPro released a brand new Hero 7 series. Now they released 3 new cameras, the silver, the white, and this one, the GoPro Hero7 Black. Now each camera comes at a different price point, black being most expensive, silver in the middle, and white at the bottom. But let's have a look at the Hero7 Black. Let's deep dive into it, thoughts, feelings, first impressions. Let's get stuck into it. I think the most impressive new feature that GoPro have brought to the market is Time Warp. Now, it's been the biggest selling point for this camera. A lot of filmmakers are like, wow, that's crazy. Because traditionally to create a hyperlapse where you are moving the camera and creating a time lapse, you'd need a gimbal. What GoPro have done is they've dumbed it down, they've created a fantastic algorithm which makes that process so simple. So any Tom, Dick and Harry can pretty much hold this camera in front of them. Not even that steady, just hold it in front of them and shoot some epic content. Currently sitting it on 4K wide 15 times. All right, so let's just hand hold it and we're gonna walk towards the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Here we go. Literally just walking forwards. You can see the bridge. Oops. And I'll get right underneath the bridge. And then I'll stop it. Under the bridge. Walking forwards, a bit shaky, and all right, let's have a look at the product. Previously, this concept of creating a hyperlapse, you could do it with the Hero 6, and the way that I did it was creating I shoot a 4K time-lapse video. I'd hold the camera out in front, and as this was shooting a time-lapse in 4K, I'd be walking, and trying to be as stable as possible. Now GoPro have taken that one step further, and they're using this new feature of Hypersmooth and adding that to time-lapse. So essentially what you're doing is justifying that shaky image, applying the smoothness to it, and giving you a better product, which I think is phenomenal. Is this redundant? To some extent, there's certain shots where you're really going to want to use the camera grip, but Hypersmooth is game-changing. I think the best way to have a look at this brand new Hypersmooth recording feature is to test these cameras out side by side. This is the GoPro Hero 5, in the middle here is the GoPro Hero 6, and this is a brand new GoPro Hero 7. Let's set these up on some kind of bracket, and let's go check them out. That will do. Jam out. Okay, I got all 3 cameras set up on 2.7K, 60 frames a second, and linear. I also have auto stabilization and low light set up on all 3 cameras. So let's check how they perform whilst I just skate down the street. Here we go. All right. I think just looking at the LCD panel, I can straight away notice the color profile from this camera, the Hero 5, into the Hero 6, into the Hero 7. They're noticeably different. What do you guys think from the Hero? I'm literally holding this not very steady and pumping. Car coming. Here we go. All right, let's change the view. All right, field of view has just changed from linear to wide. Oh, let's have a look at that. Keep in mind, you're gonna get a slightly different experience because not all cameras are direct center. I've got the Hero 5 and the 7 on the outsides. Just as we go through, you see my hand in that shot, be pointing, and facing, front facing. Yeah. All right, let's kick a little bit. Let's test the stability. Up to things. Yeah, so this test is just for the Hero 6 and 7 because the GoPro Hero 5 unfortunately doesn't have that super view option. The widest angle you can get is wide. Anyway, auto stability is also on right now. So let's have a look at it. Let's go from the board to a run. this right now is gonna be from like a board where I'm actually getting some smooth motion here, now into like a jog. Because the board is gliding, you know, we are gliding right now. Also put on the brakes, stop, and then run. I think this is where you can see the most notable improvements to the stability. Check out the HERO7BLACK. So GoPro have come out with this brand new feature called SuperPhoto, and basically what it is it's the camera intelligently analyzing the scene and processing it accordingly. Now there's 4 ways or 4 options that it can do that. It either does an HDR photo, which is shooting, you know, exposing above and below and like compressing that into one image. It's tone mapping, it's noise reducing, or it's not compressing or doing anything at all. And I think that's really cool for, I guess, people like myself who just like to go and shoot photos. You know, it's like, you know, I have some understanding of photography, but I'm not a super technical photographer. So GoPro is taking a little bit of that work out of it and being like, hey, we can make your photography better. In saying that, I haven't had a lot of success with it. Have a look at these images. This is a shot that I took of Dan. He was just moving his hands, but you'll see his hat is like blurry. So I'm assuming with SuperPhoto on, GoPro has chosen to do an HDR image in this, and it has not quite got it right. Again, I've had SuperPhoto on and I've taken this other shot of me down by the lake. Again, if you look closely at my head in this image, it's a little bit blurry, but the bottom of the image is nice and crisp. So maybe there's a little bit of firmware and a little bit of tweaking to be done with SuperPhoto, but I don't think it's quite there yet. I think it's great in theory because it's making better photos for less technically sound photographers, you know, or just more, it's just easier to get better photos, but it's not quite there yet. One thing that I dislike about this, now the new UX design has this ability to shoot 16:9 and 9:16, which means when you turn the camera over, it's basically now gonna capture 9:16, and it's gonna output that. So no longer do you have to, if you wanna shoot like your vertical video for whatever social media purpose, if you wanna use IGTV, or if you just wanna upload stories. The one thing I dislike about this is when you flip the camera, when it is in sort of portrait mode, it no longer allows you to access the settings of the camera. So often I found myself trying to shoot something and change the settings, but because the camera is set in portrait, it's not letting me access that. I then have to flip the camera back to 16:9 to access the settings. That's something that it's a bit annoying because you know, as I'm shooting this way, I'm like, oh, I want to change something, I can't access it. Just one thing that I think could be updated in the firmware. Guys, thank you so much for checking out this review. I just want to say thanks to those of you that have like enjoyed these kind of GoPro specific reviews, and I always like to give back to this community. For those of you that are interested and you want to drop a comment below, I'll go through the comments at the end of the week and I'll be giving out this brand new GoPro sleeve. It's blue, it's just something chill to put on your, you know, to take on your adventures with you. So all you have to do is let me know what you think of the camera, drop your comment below, and I'll go through them by the end of this week and let someone know in my community tab on YouTube. Thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, turn post notifications on. As always, I'll see you guys in the next upload. JR. Peace.